my name is Angelina Arun George and I'm from Tamil Nadu.
Rinal, I am from Gujarat.
Katrin, I am from Manipur.
Diva Badarani and I'm from Karnataka.
I'm Myra and I'm from Haryana.
My name is Apur Siddharth. I am from Uttar Pradesh.
Vedant Bharatade, I am from Maharashtra.
Hardik Raghuvanshi and I am from Uttarakhand.
Jitesh Midok and I am from Punjab.
Zarav, I am from Tamil Nadu.
The Hoop Yatris are finally back with episode number 3. We are living up to our name because this is an outstation episode, our first one in the series. We're traveling all the way from Bangalore to Karjat in Maharashtra. It's supposed to be 2-hour journey, so I hope we will reach Karjat soon. And there's lush green Sahyadri mountains on both sides and it's been an amazing drive. So why are we going to Karjat? Because Karjat hosts the Corvuss American Academy, which has just announced its partnership with the Basketball Federation of India. So what is Corvuss American Academy? What is so special about this? And why is it in Karjat, Maharashtra? We're going to find out the answers to all these questions in Hoop Yatra episode number 3. So come, let's go!
Imagine you are a talented athlete who's entering 10th standard. You have already represented your state at the national level in your chosen sport, but now you have the board exams coming up. What would you do? Over 80% of students in India who find themselves in this position choose to quit their sport. Only 20% continue, sacrificing their studies in the hope of securing a college seat on a sports quota, followed by a government job if they are lucky. Kunal Maria faced this same dilemma when he was in school. A talented basketball player, he had represented Maharashtra state at the national level and even played on the Indian national men's team.
Growing up, sport, specifically basketball, was like front and center of everything. The day revolved around basketball. There was academics and basketball, and as a household, it was very clear that you had to do both and you have to balance both and kind of get through it. So kind of through my playing days, whether it be the juniors and then going into the men's category, it was a constant playing sport, and it was something I was really passionate about, and I felt that I was good at it at that point in time. And then kind of so-called when the playing days came to an end, I kind of had reached a point where I was completing law school and wanted to pursue a career in the sports business overall. And at that point in time, it was like kind of find your own way and figure it out, because growing up in India, it was very unclear as to what that is.
But unlike others who moved away from the sport, never to return, Kunal kept his passion for basketball alive, and he was keen to ensure that future generations aren't forced to choose between studies and academics.
When I was at Georgetown doing my masters, many of my colleagues were student athletes in college, and I'd kind of finished their student athlete phase and I'd come to do their JD, as they call it in the US. It is like a postgrad degree. And speaking to them, I realized that, they really got into some of the best universities playing sport, using sport. And that got me realizing that, I wish I had that opportunity when I was young, when I was in school and high school. And if someone could guide me, that could have been a pathway for me. So that was the initial seed. And then from that point onwards, it was about kind of studying the Indian market, understanding, is there a demand for something like this? Are students really struggling with that even today? And what I realized was that gap, right, that void has never been filled truly. Students still have to kind of, get to a point where they have to pick academic or sport. And that really kind of propelled that passion, that desire to kind of make sure that there were no more students that had to pick, because you shouldn't have to. So that's kind of the brainchild with which Corvuss was born. All of the sports that we have are college sports into universities, right? That's the kind of conduit, which in my opinion is where most of the athletes will go, right? And then eventually land up going pro. So we have basketball, football, tennis, track and field, swimming and squash.
Started in 2020, Corvuss has already seen 2 batches of students graduate, many of them placed on full or partial scholarships with top colleges in the US. The goal now is to have these same athletes turn pro one day and return to proudly represent the nation in the Olympics. The Olympic dream is most clearly seen with Corvuss's partnership with Basketball Federation of India, where 60 of India's best basketball players have joined on a full scholarship, literally paying zero.
मतलब बास्केटबॉल में चाहता हूँ ताकि NBA में जा पाऊँ, जो बाहर का है US में NBA, किसी अच्छी टीम में रहूँ, अच्छा खेलूँ. बस टीम में नहीं जाने मतलब मुझे अच्छा भी खेलना है, इसकी वजह से मैं अच्छे से प्रैक्टिस करनी है.
इंडिया खेलना, US जाके मेरे को अच्छे तरह से ट्रेनिंग मिले, मैं अच्छी तरह से सीखूं और आगे रिप्रेजेंट करूं मैं.
Corvuss follows the American board curriculum, which emphasizes all-round development of student athletes. In other words, sports and academics goes hand in hand with a disciplined schedule throughout the day.
Students at Corvuss American Academy, they work very hard. They get up in the morning around 6:30, get ready, and 7 o'clock they have to be ready for their training. 1.5 hour training in the morning. So each student, whoever has specialized in each game, they will be joining their respective coaches and they will go to the respective field. And they'll finish their training by 8:30, and after that they'll be back, freshen up, have their breakfast, and they have to be ready for the academic sessions. 15 minutes assembly, and after that the classes will begin till 4:15. To 4:15 the classes will be over. They will have to be there on the field for another 1.5 hours for their coaching and the training.
And it's not just the top class facilities for each sport that stands out. Corvuss also boasts of high quality air conditioned dormitories, an indoor gym, swanky classrooms, physiotherapy centers for recovery, and a cafeteria serving healthy and delicious food curated by a trained nutritionist.
पहली बार मैं अपने बच्चे को यहाँ देख के, और वो भी BFI की तरफ से मिस्टर तो अर्जुन सर की तरफ से जो पहल की गई, हमें भरोसा ही नहीं हो रहा कि हम ऐसी जगह पे हैं और ऐसा कभी होता। इसका फ्यूचर आज को सेफ है, मैं देख रहा हूँ इस ऐसे लेवल पे बास्केटबॉल की। पढ़ाई तो अलग चीज़ है, पढ़ाई तो है, बट उसके साथ इसका जो लेवल हो जाएगा पढ़ाई प्लस स्पोर्ट्स, हम कभी सोच नहीं पाए थे ऐसा भी होगा।
So what if you are a talented athlete in these select sports covered by Corvuss? You want to join Corvuss now but don't know how.
So you can approach us and say, look, I can't afford the X, right, that you have, but I want to present my candidacy to you as an institution. So we'll run an assessment, we'll evaluate you academically, we'll evaluate you athletically, and then we'll give you a scholarship if you're meritorious of it.
You must be wondering now how much it costs to join Corvuss, and the answer is 10 to 14 lakhs per annum. While this may sound a bit high, Corvuss CEO Kunal explains the rationale behind this fee structure.
The fee at Corvuss or an institution like us, you have to understand what all it encompasses versus a day school, which you just kind of quote what the day school includes, but you don't include, look, private tuitions are galore. People are running more for private tuition and spending twice or thrice the amount for that. Then you're coaching, right? So when you're talking of a comparison, it has to be all encompassing. And we've actually done a market analysis on this, on counseling services, your sports training, your nutritional support, your physiotherapy, your strength and conditioning, your academic kind of thing. When you encompass all of this together, which if you pick up a la carte along the way, the cost becomes a lot higher than what you would pay to one institution.
The academy also provides partial to full scholarship depending on the athlete's quality and affordability, which means that if you are serious enough and good enough, there really is no reason you can't get selected to join Corvuss Academy Karjat.
That a child today in grade 9 and 10 should not be told you can't become a pro basketball player or you cannot become a pro football player, because it's just frankly not realistic, because you've not given them the tools to succeed. Versus if you put them in a curriculum with a pathway and you put them along the way, the pathway itself will define whether they can make it professional. And they'll come out of it with a well-balanced degree. And they'll come out and tell you as a parent or as a child, they'll come out and tell you, you know what, okay, I've done my profession. Like me, I came out of it. Yes, I didn't get the opportunity to go play the NCAA or the NAIA level in the US. But at the end of it, when I finished law school, I realized, okay, you know what, the playing days are over. But now as a professional in the sports business, there is a tremendous scope to do something. And that is what I kind of believe should be the direction that these children take. Instead of taking a call, very early. I don't see that being right. And that's the reason why we have this huge talent drain, right, in our country.
So guys, this was our Hoops Yatra special episode from the Corvuss Academy in Karjat, Maharashtra. In many ways, Corvuss now holds the keys that can unlock Indian basketball into the future. It now houses more than 50 of India's top basketball players who are going to represent India internationally. Corvuss Academy, as we have shown you today, perfectly blends academics and sports in a way that has never before been seen in the entire Indian education sector. So if you like this video, do make sure to share it with all your friends and subscribe to the Eklavers YouTube channel. Who knows, maybe someday others seeing this video may start their own Corvuss Academy. Peace!